take advantage of it. This meeting is taking place as a spin-off of as a follow-up of MIRFAB. MIRFAB is a European-funded project. So thank you for the European Commission, for Photonics 21, and all the partners to make it possible. That is the picture that you see in the background. You can see at the bottom you have their logo. And MIRFAB, as the name says, was a pilot line for manufacturing prototypes in mid-infrared technologies. And at the end of the project, the European Commission said, it would be great to continue this. You have built a community. Why don't you do something so that the work can continue? And EPIC volunteered or was selected for that because that's exactly what we have been doing. EPIC is, for those who don't know, we're a non-for-profit industry association representing the photonics community at large. And our job is always to bring people all along the value chain, all the actors. And so we decided to help here with the MIRFAB. A couple of obviously mid-infrared is also a photonics technology, an emerging technology. I had I think about 20 to 30 calls in the last 3 weeks as we were preparing for this event. And the similarities that I had when I was talking to the people is you've got a technology, it's been proven, it knows what it can do, but it has, and you have already some applications on the market. So it's industrial, it's real, it's not blue sky research for the future. But it's just at the beginning. You know, I keep saying it's like in photonics and this mid-infrared. We're just at the beginning. If you look at the computer era, it's not the IBM big massive machine that we're having, you know. But I'm not even sure that we're at the desktop area. For sure, we're not at the iPhone area. So each time I talked, very often it went like, well, if we could lower the cost or increase the performance or the sensitivity, if we could make it smaller, you know, the size or things like that, it would probably open a market. And because there is that potential of creating a market and of solving problems, that is exactly in line what EPIC likes to do. EPIC is for promoting technologies, to push things forward. And so there is a potential to do something. If this sector was all established and you all knew each other, you had technology roadmaps, standards roadmaps, and then there wouldn't be a need for that. But that is not the case. So everyone I talked to saw that there was potential to do more. Especially we want to hear from the feedback from the integrators and the users. A lot of the companies listed on the website, and if you want to be listed, just send an email in the contact us. There is a page. You can send us your details to be listed. But we want to work more from the integrators. I would like to test, can we use this Mid-Infrared Alliance as a tool to reach out to potential integrators? So people who may not have heard eventually of, well, for sure they have not heard, well, maybe they have not heard of photonics, maybe they have not heard of mid-infrared, but they have problems. They know that their customers are asking them to be able to have continuous sensing and not just random shots. They know that if it was 100 times cheaper, they could put it all along a manufacturing or a pipeline or something. They know their customers what the issues are, and what we want is to hear from them. We had companies who contacted me as we started promoting this alliance from the agriculture sector, so they make tractors, or companies from the military defense sector who contacted us. I had companies from the manufacturer sector, and they said, well, yes, I'd like to learn, what can you do for us? So the outcome of this is probably that we will be organizing meetings, giving the platform to the integrators and their customers. So sometimes it depends where you are in the value chain, you know, but the customers of the customers, what is it that they need? And maybe mid-infrared could be the solution to what they're looking for, or maybe not. So in that sense, we're also not going to be extremist and to say like only companies in mid-infrared are allowed to come. If you're not in that, you're not allowed to come. I think most important is that the customers find a solution, and the customer will make his decision. My feeling from talking, talking to the companies is that, listen, either the wavelength helps your problem, and if not, maybe it's not the right solution. So I don't think that it's so much going to be a technology push as it is to have the integrators and the customers understand the potential and future potential, also in terms of cost, performance, and size of what each technology has to offer. We're going to be focusing a lot, and let me see, I want to share with you how this function of sharing the screen so that you also experience that. We want to focus on, I share the screen over here, the application side. And again, you know this better than me, you know, gas sensing, chemical sensing for home appliances. We had companies from home appliances contact us, they're quite engaged, from manufacturing. from the medical, depending on which continent, but Europe medical is also, we see a lot of potential. Oil and gas, the US contacted us for that. Space and aerospace, obviously we have the European Space Agency and NASA. Automotive is a strong market for Europe as well. So all of these sectors is the ones that we want to have. We want to engage with the whole value chain. So the companies that we listed over here, and as I said, you can just contact us if you fit, if you're one of these, just tell me, you know, your logo, your company description. When you click on any of these companies, you will see the description that appears over here. You can tell me the categories to have. So again, look, we're trying to have the whole value chain, okay? To make the product work for the customer, we need to make sure that it's going to work out, and we have to have the input of the various actors in there, going from the fibers to the optics to the detector, and how to integrate all of that, maybe incorporating some other technologies like photonic integrated circuits, integrated photonics into that. So this list, which is non-exhaustive and it will be building up, but you can see that we already have a lot of support from the industry here. So we want to bring the actors together, just like today. It's a bit harder online, but it works better on a physical event to build the trust and the relationships, and that you get to know each other. We want you to talk and to come to talk and to express, like, listen, this is what we have in the technology roadmap. What is it that you have as a problem? It's not restrictive in terms of the scope or the customers, you know. So we just want to engage all of them. Strategy for competitiveness, promoting the sector. It's nice because I'm not on a stage, but you can probably guess that I'm kind of reading some notes. I did prepare something, some stuff, some things, but we want to promote the technology, open the markets. What else we have? So we will be organizing 3 events, and now you can start asking questions, but I'm kind of running out. So if you have questions to ask, just put them in this chat for everybody. We're going to schedule 3 events. I have to put them, we'll put them on the website. We'll put them on the website, but we fixed the dates over here. Let me again share my screen. Share. And hopefully you can see here. Again, thanks to the European Commission for making this possible. And we had a lot of companies already promoting it. So the feedback that we have received is great. And so these are 3 events that we will be organizing. Usually these events will have between 50, 75 people. We'll try to get the voice to the integrators or the end users or potential users of these technologies. We'll try to have the whole value chain participating, and they will be chaired by Jose Pozo, our CTO, who is quite experienced in engaging people to raise their issues and connecting people together. So I think that's what I wanted to say. So please put it in the chat if you have questions, if I have forgotten to say something. Maybe somebody puts something, because otherwise I'm not sure if the chat is working. So let's see if somebody puts a text at least. Okay, optics sensors. Okay, so I knew that the chat is working. I can see this here. Okay, good. So any questions afterwards, you're welcome to put, but if we put all too much stuff. So thank you, Victor Blanco, for putting that. At least I know that the chat works. Any questions about this alliance? So I'm going to give you the time to, if you have questions to ask, feel free. And while you do that, let me quickly have a look at my notes to see if there is something that I forgot to mention. So the concept, and Johannes, he's putting here a question here, which is good, because some questions are not for individual companies to answer. And when you have to bring various people to answer a question, then indeed an association is I think is the right format. I've been here now at EPIC for 9 years, and before that 16 years at the SEMI. So I have a semiconductor background, but both were associations, and that is constantly what we do. When somebody brings up an issue, we analyze it, we try to bring the people together and discuss it. And we're not an event organizer. Let me make that very clear. We're not an event organizer. An event organizes an event. Thank you very much. Goodbye. EPIC, well, the Alliance is there constantly. It's a permanent organization. And it's you who decide what you want to do. If you think that a topic is of importance, you're willing to spend the time to get involved, we can do that. Again, we're non-political. It's industry market driven. I'm reading the other question. System integrators, are you hoping that integrators will be joining? I think we will have to be more proactive to engage the integrators, but we've got in our team at Epic, out of the 16 people, we've got 6 people with a PhD, we've got 6 people who are under the technology team, and their job is to engage with potential integrators and users. So I don't know what they will be focusing on. That is up to them to say. You can say that there are general trends, anything where that has to do with constant measuring, with vision, automation. That is a general trend that there is, and if mid-infrared is part of that, it will be great. But I think that is a general thing that companies they will decide. So we will proactively engage integrators and end users. It will be up to them to decide what is of importance. But I expect that, yes, that will be that those are general trends: digitization and automation. Let me see if there is it possible to create rooms or offer to make a chat easier? So actually in this room over here, today we have not done it, but we could have, the background is customizable. So today it's just a random networking, it's online, it's easy, anybody can come. But yes, you're correct. Just mid-infrared is very large. We could have customized a background to kind of like put just a little grid or something, who wants to meet where or something like that. But otherwise, these online technology meetings that we have scheduled that I showed earlier, that will be very, very focused. So I think we can probably bring up, split these mid-infrared activities that we'll organize into about 10 sectors or something like that. But I fully agree, we have to try to bring the relevant people. Today's event, it's not a typical, we've not done that before. I wanted to try it. It's pure networking. You come, you can leave after the event as you wish. But yes, we have to bring the right people for the right topic. Here, Jason, to have the users, how do we get the needs of the users? I already had users who contacted us, and this we have to proactively go to them. One of our colleagues will be taking care, Dr. Ana Gonzalez will be taking over this alliance and making sure that for each of these thematics, I just announced these 3 upcoming meetings, she will be making sure to get their input. That is her responsibility. And as I said, it looks like we organized 3 events, but it's much more than that. It's we carefully analyze the audience. Very often event organizers, they organize the event, comes who comes. We don't do that approach. What is the topic? Who are the key companies who should be there? Let's make sure that they participate and that they are there. So she will be taking actively care of that. We will be happy to organize a Horizon Europe dedicated event. The platform, Mid-IR Alliance, is a platform, and so we are happy to partner. We promote other events. We're putting some valuable resources. We're very open to do things in collaboration, in partnerships. So you're very welcome to contact us with that. Any other thoughts, comments, suggestions for everybody? So we have 79 people. It was a big surprise, when I organized the event. It's like, well, who's gonna come, But I'm really glad. Thank you all for being here. I will. You can ask another question, but otherwise I'll just stop the broadcasting again. Try to meet other people. Everybody who's going to stay after here is happy to meet, so don't be shy. Everybody who's going to stay when we close this is there to meet other people, and just ask, what do you do? How can we help? We have here a question, about the students. The India is not the relevant point here. It's like, but this is an industrial alliance. So we're really looking forward to it's part of, you're welcome, Anurag Sharma, to build the network. But as an industrial organization, we want to have technologies that are going to go into final products that find their way on the market. So again, that it is an industrial alliance. We think we're already starving for the end user and systems. Again, we will Epic itself, our staff and the staff who's going to be serving this Mid-IR Alliance will be looking into users and integrators. Again, there is no point in developing technologies that you're going to be, there is no market for. So we'd rather have the market tell us what they're kind of looking for. Let's see if I have any other messages over here, because I see some people chatting, but I'm not 100% familiar with the tool, so I'm not quite sure if I can see those chats right now. So I've only looked at the chats we were public, and I think I covered them. Yes, to find partners, absolutely. You have now a list of companies. Any company which is listed there, you are welcome to. We have contacts over there, so you can also approach us for that. Again, our job is to connect people. So we have the companies, you have directories, but who in that company is the right person? Who could you ask? So I would say, if I had to summarize what we try to bring together the right people to address industrial relevant topics. And with this, I will stop. And UK companies involved, the British, you're so funny. Of course we want to have you know. Again, Epic is, this is non-political, and so yes, everybody is companies. I need as a fact activity going from the European Commission, companies from Switzerland and the United Kingdom are excluded to participate. But in the realm of Epic, which is a private industry-funded, industry-driven organization, technology has no borders, investment has no borders. Of course, we're very happy to have the UK participate over here. Okay, so I'm going to close. You will be back all together. You can continue the discussion. You can go ahead and meet other people. And that's it. So I just see here some, well, come on guys, now you're all writing a whole bunch of stuff, you know. How can you find out about the companies that contacted you? How can you find out? I don't know if you mean me or you, but we will never share lists. We will never put contact details out there. If there is a company that you want to engage with, you should tell us what is the reason. So Epic is neutral and confidential. Our staff is trained for that. We do that constantly. The trust that the industry has in us is the heart of our organization. You can just tell us like, listen, I'm trying to develop this. Do you know a company who could do that? We are never going to then forward your email just to somebody, you know. We will tell you, well, you may want to contact these companies. Do you think that would be interested? And if you think that would be interesting, then we may be able to recommend you. And don't ask us like, you know, I want to sell my thing. Can you give me a list of customers? That's not what we want to do. You know, if you want to sell, go to exhibitions and things like that. We'd rather help you develop technologies, understand the user needs and things like that. But you can contact us at any time. Again, through the website, there is a contact page, contact form, and to remain informed, just fill in the form with you know, to remain subscribed to the newsletter and things like that. Okay, so so anything else that I'm missing here? Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to close. Okay, so that you can continue networking. Enjoy it, have fun. Feedback is always welcome. You are the ones who drive. You set the direction. You set the priority. So thank you very much again for participating. Goodbye.